Very good evening, everyone. We welcome you all to another crackling, the final group stage encounter. And that is the dressing room at the moment for Surat Strikers. Guama have a very strong bench as well. Wait for a while before we introduce you to their bench. This is match number 15, live from Ahmedabad, Gujarat, Eka Arena, by France Stadium. And quickly introducing you to the bench of the Gandhinagar Giants. Shubham Chauhan, the substitute goalkeeper. Dharmik Kumar Fanat, Shoaib Pathan, Harsh Parmar, Vijender Gehlot, Krishna Palsan Chauhan, and then Karam Singh Gohil, Kishan Rajpurohit, and Toshif Sheikh. This is a very, very important moment for all these footballers who would really like to showcase the finest of their talents. As we are all set for this final group stage fixture, you can expect an absolute crackerjack of a contest. Both the sides, they've had a journey which they would like to take their positives and learning from before they go headlong into this fixture, before they pledge to unload a better future. This clash is going to be very, very critical in order to take the momentum forward. As things stand though for both the sides, the number of points that they have managed haven't been great. Surat strikers, just that solitary point, wherein Gandhinagar Giants still to open their account. And that's the Surat strikers looking fabulous in their flamboyant orange and white. And as we get set for the final clash of today, and of course of the group stages, before we head into the summit clash, the grand finale tomorrow. The two captains, Aman Shah leading Surat strikers and Kipchen leading Gandhinagar Giants. They're all set for the toss. Our match officials for the day is Jarvis Shem, the referee. The two assistant referees are Pratik Bajaj and Vishal Vaja. And Avinov is the fourth official. One last time for these two sides, for these two captains, of course, before we head into the grand battle to seize the fate of this tournament. Surat strikers, that's the formation for them. Shivam under the sticks, Darren and Parth wide on the defense, Harsh and Stanley, the two centre-backs, Aman, Ingmoya, Rutvik, Janak and Dolu in the midfield, with Swikar leading their charge up front as the solitary striker. That's the formation for Gandhinagar Giants. Sohel and Rudra wide in the defense, Harshal and Lalmun Moia in the centre, Kipchen, their skipper, leading the midfield with Ayan and Harshvardhan on the sides. So yes, a lot to play for and a lot of strategies would be moving around from one end to the other as the match progresses. We will see a lot of changes as well. We will see change in formations, change in strategies, change in those quick positions of the players, because eventually at the end of the day, a football match is all about how one lines up and how one responds to a particular situation. If you have a lead early on, possibly try and build, and if you don't, keep on fighting. Now attacking on your frame in the orange will be the Surat strikers, attacking on your frame from the right to the left in their signature blues will be the Gandhinagar Giants, and from the left to the right, which I kind of missed out on the last occasion, are the Surat strikers. Important clash, everything to play for, right on the line, and most importantly, an objective of finishing at least one position adrift from that rock bottom. Eyes will certainly be on this young man, Svikar Chaudhary. He's tried time and time again, and we are underway here at the Eka Arena for one last time in the group stages as Surat Strikers gets us underway. And straight away with the long ball is what they were trying to venture into the opposition half. That's a lovely release onto that left wing, trying to latch onto it. Surat Strikers does well to keep the ball at their possession. A very cheeky back flick on that occasion, but then the Gandhinagar Giants, they had their guards up high, kept their eyes on the ball, and eventually claimed possession for themselves. Gandhinagar Giants is twisting and turning around. They shuffle the ball all the way to the left, and it's an opportunity for them as well to try and get that early goal. An early goal always kind of enlivens the spirit in the dugout, in the side. You have an entirely revamped side going forward, firing on all blasters. And it's Engmoia with the ball, plays it all the way back to Stanley Peter. Stanley shuffles it to the left. Surat Strikers still trying to open up that early opening. This can be a potential goal-scoring chance. Dolo with a sensational ball inside the box. But then the resultant shot could have been better. There was time, there was space for him as well. Possibly a second touch there. Trying to line up the shot better, trying to get a better angle for himself. Could have been the trick that the Surat Strikers were looking forward to. But then that's intent straight away. And also the danger signs flashing loud and clear. Just telling us, whispering us in our ears that this is not going to be a cagey affair. And talking about not being a cagey affair, the Gandhinagar Giants were already in action. They were trying to bomb forward from the left wing. But a bit of push there, forcing the referee to deal his hand. The Giants though back on the ball. Excellent work there from the captain, Kipchen. Kipchen keeps the ball at his feet. Kipchen releases it to the far right. That's brilliant. Now inside the box, goal scoring chance. Cross comes in, but then could have been better. There was no play of the Giants who was at the receiving end of it. So a bit of additional seconds there for the Strikers to clear their lines as well. But what a start we are witnessing here. Who would say that this is a bottom of the table clash? It looks like both the teams mean business. Both the teams are here to show their intensity. And the Strikers are having a hard time right now trying to keep away the Gandhinagar Giants, even though the possession has fallen back at their feet. Parth sends it further forward. They have given the ball away. Kipchen once again. Gandhinagar Giants are kind of relentless at the moment, pressing pretty high enough and also deploying a very high line of defense. That's good to watch. Back to Parth again. Parth wanted to knit it further forward, but then the Surat Strikers were pretty vigilant on that occasion. Eventually reclaims possession for themselves. Now all the way down to that central channel. That battle of midfield is going to be critical. Yeah, but eventually the Giants have got the ball back with Kipchen again. Wanted to set up his teammate out there. It was Vincent who was waiting up front. But Vincent couldn't really create the angle for himself. That's another lovely cross inside the box. But good, watchful, alert defending there from the Strikers as Avi eventually leaps up and wraps his gloves around the ball. Could have been another early chance there. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper of the Gandhinagar Giants, Stephen Fernandez under the sticks. And coming in all the way from the right are the Giants. That right wing there, that more or less that central right wing has been pretty active. Kipchen has been the fulcrum so far in the first 4 minutes for the Giants. He's done phenomenally well. He's shown work rate and most importantly he's gone up time and time again, trying to create those important assists for his teammates waiting out in the box, hoping that they would get something for themselves, something served up on a silver platter maybe, and Kipchen has just trying to do that over and over again, and that is possibly what we are going to witness throughout the game. Back with the Giants once again in the defense there. Four-man defense for both the sides. Obviously a four-man defense kind of provides you the reliability, kind of provides you that additional option. And when you're playing a three-man defense, so you need all three centre-backs, you can't really ask your wing backs to try and fire all the way from the right. You have to keep them cemented in their position just to ensure the fact that the defense just doesn't get too vulnerable. But a four-man defense always allows the centre backs to kind of spread out, allowing the wing backs to go on those overlaps, create more chances. All the way down again for Gandhinagar Giants. This is going to be something. Very, very important at the moment. Another long ball, but that won't really have any kind of troubles written on that. It was kind of clueless. It was more optimism and more hope than conviction there, and the strikers taking care of it. The strikers, though, eventually started the game on a pretty ferocious note, had a wonderful cross coming in from that left wing of theirs, but they eventually couldn't find anyone. Oh, that's a brilliant run there. The strikers may be in a bit of trouble. There was an opportunity. Vincent was trying to break free from the clutches of the couple of Surat defenders there, but eventually got himself entangled in a melee of boots there, allowing the strikers to break free from the manacles there. Back with Gandhinagar Giants once again. Gandhinagar Giants from the left. Vincent. There was Maruf who was trying to get hold of possession, but then he was dispossessed. Good going there for the Gandhinagar Giants there. Apologies. And the Surat strikers kind of responding right now with a very steely, with a very unyielding resolve. Now the square pass. And now Gandhinagar Giants at the moment kind of settling down, not really going forward with the high press that we saw earlier in the game, trying to reserve a bit of energy because it's a 90 minutes game, and of course with those additional minutes coming on and the heat due to that tormenting heat wave, the excruciating heat wave that is kind of sweeping through the country, it becomes very challenging for you to try and keep that momentum, keep the intensity intact right till the very end. And you know, as they say in football, one moment of madness, one moment of concentration lapse, and what may follow suit is a catastrophe. It goes all the way back to the goalkeeper again, Stephen Fernandez, for the Giants. He's been a good force, but obviously he'll have a few lessons to learn as well. I reckon for this tournament, this has been the pedestal, this has been the growing platform. That is an excellent release. Vincent at the receiving end of it. Vincent cuts in sharply. Vincent with an opportunity, but an excellent block there by the goalkeeper and a crucial defensive intervention as well. Abhi Joshi storming out of his line and kind of casting an unbreachable spell ahead of Vincent. And that's the first categorical chance that the Gandhinagar Giants had for themselves. Once again, excellent work there. Almost running rings around Darren Job there. Vincent was in the position to try and unload one of those fine strikes into the back of the net, but not to be though. And the Giants once again through the central channel this time. The Giants back to Rudra Jadeja. Rudra plays it all the way back to Lalman Mowiya. Lalman Mowiya squares off his teammate there, taking one step at a time. Good forward ball, but should have done better. The idea was to try and release a back flick there, but eventually when you're going forward with the back flick, I reckon you got to be knowing, or you got to understand where your player positions are. And similarly, the one that you are intending the back flick for, that person needs to have the chemistry ingrained in him from before, or else those back flicks won't really work. But they are very good to watch though. They are successfully executed. They are one of the most audacious moves in football, particularly in that danger third, because ideally when you're going forward with the back flick, what happens is the defenders have a second less in order to turn and try and recover possession for themselves. So it's a very good weapon, but it's not one of the easiest ones to execute, to be honest. Throw in favor of Gandhinagar Giants. Well played amongst themselves. And it's good to see Gandhinagar Giants. They're building from the back. You won't see them frequently launching those long balls today. They have kind of learned from their earlier errors. They're playing from the back. They are trying to keep the ball on the ground, trying to make this attack kind of kitchen centric, and that has kind of worked so far. There is a plan in place. There is a method to the madness right now for the Giants, even though they have still not opened up the goal scoring doors there, but you never know. It's just a matter of one goal, it's just a matter of one moment of instinctive brilliance, and the entire dynamics can shift from one pole to the other. Back with the Giants again, and that wasn't the cleanest of tackles. Match referee quickly blowing his whistle there. Jarvish, again another experienced name in terms of match officials, to be honest. But this first 10 minutes, they have been a treat to watch. Another long ball played on to the far right. This can be a possible opportunity for the Surat strikers. They were trying to open up a bit of space ahead of them. Janak Patel was at the receiving end of the delivery, but then he kind of ran into a very hard to move and an immobile defensive bulwark altogether. There's an opportunity though for the Gandhinagar Giants to try and create from the back once again, try and spawn something significant, something salient going forward. Harshvardhan. Harsh plays it back to that central channel again. And the Giants, at the moment though, they are kind of having a bit of assistance from the Surat strikers, given the fact the strikers aren't really pressing hard enough. And now Rudra Jadeja all the way onto that left wing there. He'll be looking for a bit of support there, get support into the central channel. That's a wonderful setup there. Kipchen kind of running short of space there. And here's an opportunity for the strikers to hit their oppositions back on the break, but you've got to carve the ball much better than that. That was certainly not one of the finest deliveries that we have seen. When you're trying to release the ball through a melee of boots of your opposition, you got to be a lot more precise. You got to know where your players are stationed, and that is the key to breaching the defense. Onto the far left now. Back to Rudra. And Rudra plays it back to Lalman Moia. Lalman Moia taking his time there. Eventually shifts it now back to the central channel. Decent work. One step at a time. Rudra. Rudra sends in a delectable cross there. I think Vincent once again tussling for that. But eventually it's going to be the strikers to have the last laugh. However, their clearance wasn't as great as they expected it to be. All the way back to the Gandhinagar Giants. Another fabulous ball. If the flag stays down, this would be a phenomenal one-on-one opportunity. But only for a moment did it feel like that the flag is going to stay down. The run was clearly ahead of its time there. Good to be honest, it was their captain once again, Kipchen. And Fulcrum has been the key component of the Gandhinagar Giants attacking unit. He's been like an artist in the midfield, and he's done a phenomenal job. He's knitting together the attack picture perfect, and that is where Surat strikers are somewhat lacking. They're not dominating the midfield. There's too much of open spaces, and that is exactly what the Giants are kind of utilizing. Storm their way into the center. Oh, that's a brilliant work there. Can be a chance here for the strikers. All the way from the left, still keeping the ball at their feet. Before the Giants got hold of it and cleared their danger lines at the expense of a throw-in. Would have been a good-looking chance, to be honest. Another cross comes floating in, and the Giants would eventually trade that away at the expense of a corner. Could have been better though. The defender was certainly in control, but then it looked like the fact that he had to take the shot on the turn kind of made him lose control. A corner taken along the carpet by Dolu. Dolu Dutt can be a threat in the box. Now the cross comes floating in. The idea was to try and send it crashing the far post. But once again, precision wasn't there at all. Should have been better than that. Another cross comes floating in that looked more like a shot, to be honest. It was more, it was closer to the goalkeeper there. Easy collection at the end of the day for Stephen Fernandez. No real threat for him. There were a couple of players though for the strikers who were waiting out on the sidelines. Possibly if the delivery could have been a bit more acute, could have been a bit more diagonal, to be honest. It could have been, oh, that's a poor giveaway. That can be trouble. The Giants kind of giving away, kind of conceding that early pressure they had on the strikers. Now from the left, here comes the cross. Danger's not over though, it keeps lingering on. Opportunity. Janak Patel sends it further towards its central channel inside the box. But at the moment though, the strikers have given it away, and now storming all the way from the right channel are the Gandhinagar Giants. They have support as well. Kipchen again. Kipchen plays it towards that central channel. Back to Harsh. Harsh plays it further forward. The idea was to try and play another touch there. Play that 1-2 and eventually set up Harsh for that lovely shooting range. Good work there. Good block. Wing block coming in. More of a scissored tackle there. Eventually these kind of can be very, very dangerous. You have to be very, very careful when you are trying to go ahead and execute a tackle like that, because one misstep and you may be even running a risk of being booked as well. Now back with the strikers again. The last couple of minutes, or rather the last 3 to 4 minutes to be precise, the Gandhinagar Giants have looked a lot more menacing. Now all the way from the right, the ball has been kept in play, and the release looked pretty meek and tame, to be honest. Could have been better there. Janak Patel, he's been pretty active. He's been an absolute live wire from that right wing for the Surat strikers. Fine setup. Kipchen again. Kipchen has some venomous speed up his sleeve. Kipchen looking for a release. That's a fine ball for Vincent now. And Vincent once again entangled in the offside trap. Kind of mistimed that run. That's the second time in the evening that is miscued that one of his. Should have been better though. Janak Patel once again trying to latch onto the ball. Janak Patel has been pretty active on that right. Have done well with the ball, have done well with the possession, have cut back in sharply as well at times. But one particular thing that the strikers haven't really done so far is pressing the Giants. The Gandhinagar Giants, so every single time they've kind of sniffed out an opportunity in the opposition half, at least in the first 5 minutes, they've deployed a high press and they've backed it up with a high line of defense, which means the entire team wanted to have a very attacking mindset, wanted to have an attacking body language. Talking about body languages though, both the teams have really done well enough so far. Another fine setup there. Back with the strikers. Launches the ball forward. That's a race there, and eventually the strikers had the last laugh in terms of possession, as they will be getting a corner for themselves. An exquisite setup, and eventually making good use of the awareness, of the situational awareness. There was a defender breathing on his neck, so what better way to try and send the ball out. Chance for the Giants. Dolutat with the corner. Chance for the strikers rather. Corner comes floating in. Danger's not over. A bit of obstacle there. And eventually, after a bit of nerves out there in the Giants box, Stephen had it covered. That's another fine long ball there. But one particular thing that the strikers have done so well is maintaining a very resolute defense there. Kind of an airtight defense. And that defensive solidity is what has nullified the gung-ho from the Gandhinagar Giants so far. Lalmun Moia to Rudra Jadeja. He's done well. Stepped up time and time again. Lovely ball into the box. Could have been trouble there. Unfortunately though, the Giants, they weren't really ready with that opportunity. This time though, they may have a chance. Oh, this time rattles the woodwork. Kipchen with an absolute pile driver from range there. And had that gone in, that would have been a world-class strike. but was denied eventually by the woodwork. What a phenomenal display there by the young skipper. And now the strikers are on their way forward, only to be denied entrance, only to be denied infringement into their own half by the watchful, by the cautious defense of the Gandhinagar Giants. But we are witnessing a very eventful first half here, and that is exactly what you'd like to watch in leagues like this. The fast, pacey action, the breakneck speed that you're eventually witnessing here, and most importantly, oscillating from one end to the other, box to box action. Because once you start witnessing that, I mean, that's well. Apologies, the technical glitches. We are back again, and while we were gone, as things stand, the scoreline still remains where it exactly was. And it was possibly Parth had a bit of injury there. As he walked out of the field, he'll be receiving treatment. 23 minutes on the clock, 24 to be precise. Another lovely ball. The strikers may find this going in, unfortunately for them. And he couldn't really figure out that. Oh, this is another phenomenal, really danger stuff. And eventually, at the end of the day, Stephen Fernandez comes out to the deliverance. Even though it wasn't the cleanest of collections from Stephen, and a bit of a jitter there going forward in that save there. However, this can be an opportunity creating at the other end as the Giants latching onto that Vincent with an excellent snatch there. And eventually wanted to drill that cross hard enough into the opposition box. Not to be though. Another wrong release. The strikers, now that's some good work there from the strikers into that central channel. Strikers now trying to figure out something from the left. Can they figure out that conundrum? Sadly, no. Once again, back with the Giants. A few moments ago, the shot that he unloaded, it kind of rattled onto the woodwork. That was an absolute display of his precision, and that was a display of how good he can be. Just a treat for the sore eyes, to be honest. That should be a free kick there, or is it a foul, or is it a throw-in? We'll have to confirm. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a throw-in. Rather, it is a free kick. So there was a clip. So it's a free kick in favor of Gandhinagar Giants. Another opportunity for them to try and launch it into the box. Get that early goal if possible. Here comes the free kick. Floated into the box. Danger could have been there. Sadly, not to be. So that has been taken care of. There's another fine ball, and this time the strikers are on the prowl. But then watchful defending again from the Giants. And I think both the sides, they have defended phenomenally well. They have not really allowed back to the Giants again. The Giants have kind of dictated possession, at least for now. The strikers have tried to hit them on the break, kind of banking themselves upon the tenet of attack is the best defense, but at times it can also be cataclysmic if you're not really defending properly. It's said that you have to keep that belly of the beast strong enough in order for the head to fire, in order for the head to shoot those fire blasters. That's a phenomenal release there. Again, trouble brewing on the horizon for the Giants as the strikers could have found themselves an opportunity. Sadly, they were denied and into the box, which means the possession falls back for the Giants. And the Giants twist and turns around. Shuffles it all the way back to the right again. 27 minutes on the clock so far, and this has been a pretty full first half. We have seen the ball striking the woodwork once. We've seen the crucial saves from both the goalkeepers. Another long ball into the opposition half. But Avicii, he was quick to get out of his line. Joshi had to pull off an important save to deny the opposition, to deny Vincent Lalduama from scoring that opening goal. Vincent has been a threat up front, and Kitchen as well, the captain of the Giants. He's been just sensational. Now the Giants just trying to keep the ball at their feet. It was Dunjal at the receiving end of it, Segoman Dunjal. And somehow the Giants are kind of latching onto the ball hard enough. They're more confident at the moment because they have dictated the midfield so well. And those through balls is what has been the life and blood. That should be a free kick, and it's gone in favor of the Giants. The striker obviously not happy with that. It looks like Aman Shah, the captain, is not in transition. He's not in transigence with the referee. Again, knows what he's doing. One of the finest names in the echelons of Indian officials. An opportunity for the Giants to try and get their noses ahead. It's going to be FC Lalman Movia with the free kick. Lalman Movia whips that into the box. Opportunity for the Giants. And somehow Segoman fails to connect with that. that should have been speared into the back of the net. He was in the position, he was certainly in control, but the ball kind of eluded away from him. By the time he could just turn and he could position himself, shot there, the chance was already gone. That was a gilt opportunity for the Giants, and they have squandered that away. What an excellent bit of work there. Another sensational ball in the box from the free kick there from Lalmun Mawia. Just the kind of football, just the gentry of football that you would really like to witness. And that was once again up for display. And that is a foul for sure on their captain, Aman Shah, the referee laying down the law. It was as clear as daylight. Free kick in favor of the strikers. We enter into the final 15 minutes of action remaining, or rather final 15 minutes inflation time remaining. If we step into whatever minutes are added on. That's a long free kick launched in. Danger signs flashing again. And out of nowhere, the chance kind of fell for the strikers there. A bit of lapse, I would say, from the Giants. And the throw was quickly taken, but the Giants do well to reclaim possession for themselves. Rudra Jadeja dropped back this time. And eventually, this can be trouble. And somehow the Giants are just keeping the ball away from the opposition. I don't think that's a pretty sound strategy, because if that had to be the strategy, to be honest, just keeping the ball away from the strikers, then I reckon they could have been in neck-deep hot waters. That should be a foul. And a possible card as well. Yes, the card has come out and it has been shown. I think again, just trying to contain Kipchen has been a challenge for them. Once it was actually not Kipchen though, it was Maruf Mullah who was fouled on that occasion, clipped from behind. Kipchen again on the free kick there. Keeping a keen eye on proceedings, Balpreet Singh, the coach of Surat Strikers, floats that into the mix there. But as things stand, the danger signs were averted there by the strikers. Then hoping to hit their opposition on a break. Not to be though, the Gandhinagar Giants quickly covering their grounds, and I think that positioning has been good. All the way again to their goalkeeper, Stephen Fernandez. Another fine run. But again, kind of miscued on that occasion. Here's a chance for strikers, and that's a confirmation of the yellow card. Parth Bagdo of the Surat Strikers was officially booked because he clipped Maruf Mullah. He'll have to be careful from now on. The Giants, though, they have kind of thrown caution to the wind. They've time and time again broken into the opposition half. Rather, the word should be stormed into the opposition half. And that is exactly what you would love to see time and time again. This the reiteration of those constant attacks. Another look onto the danger zone. And the Giants getting hold of some good old school possession there. That's a fine release onto the left. Rudra Jadeja once again looking for support. Support arrives in the form of Vincent though. Back to Vincent. Vincent steers it into that central channel now. Another fine release there, but good defending, watchful defending. Trading it away at the expense of a throw-in. Another quick throw-in taken. FC Lalmun Mawia launches one into the box there. Strikers clearing their lines. Not entirely. And that's an exquisite release. Can the strikers latch onto it? If they can, it can be a gilt-edged opportunity as well. And that's a very cheap concession from the Giants. Poor defending, allowing the Surat strikers to line themselves up for a potential move up front, and a bit of push from the back allowed the Giants to eventually put an end to this attack. And it looks like someone from the Giants is down out there. We'll have to quickly confirm who's the one who's taken the tumble. Will need a bit of treatment as well, but this has been a brilliant first half of football. 35 minutes. A strong display both the sides. They're not willing to back down. And as the player receives the medical attention, he's getting those fluids into their system. The facts they are all right. They are hydrated till the very teeth, because this clash will be going down to the very wire. That's a dugout of the Gandhinagar Giants. Shakti Chauhan, very animated official, a very animated member of the side, someone who's very involved, someone who's very passionate. And these were the chances. This was when Vincent was on a one-on-one situation, went past his marker very comfortably there, Darren Job, before unloading the effort. And it was once again Vincent who did excellently, or who did a very good job of reaching out there, but was caught in the offside trap. And this was the chance that kind of eluded everyone in the process. And a few moments ago, though, we were talking about individuals who have been pretty involved in this tournament. Talking about individuals who have been pretty involved. A few names must be said, and they are the ones, the owners, the ones who have taken the responsibility of owning these teams, eventually bringing reality, imparting reality to the dreams of countless footballers who got such a brilliant platform, as this game is being telecasted across India on Sportscast, India's official YouTube channel, and of course it's coming globally as well on the FIFA Plus platform. So yes, a phenomenal work done by the owners as well. And we'll get back to that though. An attack is in progress at the moment for Surat strikers. It's going to be a throw-in for them. Danger's not over though. The Surat strikers trying to use that left to a right wing. There comes a lovely opportunity. The cross though would have been better. It was kind of emasculated, allowing Stephen Fernandez to come out of his line and collecting the ball. And yes, now getting back to the ones who have made all the right noises, who have brought the pieces together, eventually make this tournament a grand success. The owners of Ahmedabad Adventures, Alan Patel and Sahil Patel. The owners of Gandhinagar Giants, Prashant Sangvi. The owner of Kanavati Knights, Yasha and Advaita Patel. The owners of Vadodara Warriors, Kamlesh Gohil. The owners of Surat Strikers, Alkesh Patel. And the owners of Saurashtra Spartans, Kushal Patel. And finally, they are the ones who have come together, who have joined forces, and eventually made this tournament an absolute swashbuckler. Once again, quick replay of how things have panned out so far for the Giants. That was the cross that we were talking about, and this was the shot from Kipchen. A meaty strike there. Left the goalkeeper kind of rooted to his spot. Not much, to be honest. Throw in, and they're taking their time. They are in no rush. I reckon both the teams, they have kind of kept the tempo pretty much on the higher side. That's exactly what you would love to witness, which kind of tells you that both the teams are tactically matching each other rounds for rounds, pound for pound. You know, at times this is also a strategy where one team, while trying to up the ante, the other team kind of slows things down in order to kill the game in their favor. And this has been one particular game where both the teams are playing with a pretty high tempo, to be honest. It's a long throw-in opportunity for the Giants. There comes the shot. Another crucial save though from Avi Joshi. It could have been an absolute cataclysm altogether for the Surat strikers. The long throw, and out of nowhere there was havoc, there was frenzy in the opposition box. And the Giants did manage to get a shot on target, but Avi Joshi with another crucial save, coming to the deliverance of his team Citadel, and doing that for possibly the third time in the half. However, the Giants are not going away so easily. The Giants are roaring, and this tournament may have been one of those where the Giants were kind of asleep or kind of hibernating and dormant. In this final fixture, they are coming to life, they are awakened, and they want blood for themselves. They want to draw that first blood, they want that first goal desperately, and this has been absolutely sensational from the Giants as they keep on terrorizing, petrifying the strikers in their own half. But the strikers as well, they have not really been dented, they haven't been deterred. That is an exceptional release. Here comes the shot, and that could have been the opening goal. So close yet so far for the strikers. What an exquisite delivery, what a phenomenal release. All he needed to do was just fire home that one. It was Swikar Chaudhary. I reckon he could have just injected a bit more power in the shot though. Wanted to go for placement. The idea was right, the execution was almost right. Unfortunately, it missed the post by whiskers. And to be honest, it's kind of heartbreaking. It would have been a game to play, but then football is about all these moments, right? No matter who's playing, how, eventually it's goals that count. And Gandhinagar Giants though can be very well finding one of their own. That's a fine release. Can they keep the ball in play? They eventually do, and they do it handsomely enough. Good work there by the Surat strikers. Galvanized into action with that sudden chance. But Batgo wasn't really happy with Swikar's miss there, because that was a very, very good opportunity and a rare one as well. You don't really get so much of space ahead of you. Once again, the Surat strikers now prowling into the opposition half. But then things are under control here. And the strikers have claimed possession for themselves. There are a lot of players inside the box. A wonderful back flick there. And I reckon, to be honest, if you talk about the position of the back flick, the way he leaped up with additional zeal and fervor, I mean, that looked pretty good. But was it really necessary? He snatched the ball. This can be a brilliant chance. Has he got the ball at his feet? He has got the ball at his feet. Unfortunately, though, he couldn't really capitalize on the positioning there. And now the strikers are looking a lot more menacing for sure. But they will have to execute their chances. That's a free kick here in favor of the Giants. Another clip from behind, but it's by the books. 2 minutes of regulation time, rather 1.5 minutes of remaining in this fixture. So yes, still a few crucial seconds to go. That was another lead a few moments ago as the game was kind of started that occasion, and there was a long haul being mixed. Once again, a glance at the chance there. Heading on that went wide. Deco had to be summoned on that occasion. Gandhinagar Giants. And the Gandhinagar Giants, they may be on their way. 1-on-1 situation! Vincent has broken the deadlock! Just in the dying embers of the first half. And the celebrations would tell you a lot more about it. Another long ball launched into the opposition half, and Vincent chasing it hard enough, gunning himself for that all-important opener. And eventually, despite a hand from Aviju, that wasn't enough. Exquisitely done by Vincent. Controls the ball, fires one towards the bottom left corner. No chance for Ravi Joshi. Vincent Lalduama has gotten his name onto the score sheet. The Giants kept on firing those warning shots before eventually pulling the trigger and bringing life to what has been already a very eventful first half. Just what the Surat strikers were not expecting. That's what happened. Before they would be heading to the breaks, 45 minutes of action is over. A couple of players are down right now. They will be receiving treatment for sure. But at the moment though, the strikers will need a lot more than what they are creating here. They may have run into an unbreachable wall, to be precise. And with that goal though, Gandhinagar Giants may very well be hopeful of opening their account. At the moment they are at the rock bottom. They haven't lodged a single point. The Surat strikers managed to secure a draw. Just to give you all a heads up about what has happened so far today. We have had the finalists already. It's going to be Kanavati Knights and the Vadodara Warriors who will be locking horns in the grand finale. However, for the Vadodara Warriors though, it is not going to be as silken as they wanted to, because their coach Salim Pathan was given marching orders towards the end of the game, so which means they will have to be without a master tactician in the sidelines once they step into the Summit Clash. 4 minutes have been added on into the first half. Quite a few stoppages, quite a bit of drama, to be honest, so far. 2 minutes have been played, and I reckon another minute will be added on to those 4 minutes because of those two players going down. That's another fine release, but slightly overpowered. The Giants couldn't really keep it in play. Let's talk about Vincent Lalduama. What a player he has been. An absolute sensation, a revelation altogether in the echelons of the Giants. The way he has tormented them, the way he has kind of made his presence felt time and time again, that has been absolutely glorious. He's shuffled from the left to the right. That is a lovely delivery, to be honest, from the right. Can this be the chance? Can this be the opening for the strikers to try and restore parity? You never know. Football is a game where you will get a masterclass at uncertainty day in, day out. Wanted to go forward with the side volley. That was quite an effrontery, to be honest. It's not easy to take a side volley just like that. Your point of contact has to be picture perfect. You will have to maintain your balance. Kind of power that you would like behind the shot has to be impeccable. With all these factors coming in, you won't really see side volleys very frequently taken. And even if they are taken, very few of them are actually on target, actually goes on to hit the bullseye. And that's a fine setup from the right there. Looking for a bit of space. Here comes the cross, and eventually it's going to be a corner. We are not yet done. Darren Job, he was trying to create something from the right. And here's a chance for the strikers to try and restore parity. There comes the corner, but eventually eludes everyone. Received at the far post. And the Giants do well to clear their lines there. Ball still remains with the strikers though. Strikers trying to use the left wing to their advantage. It has been the left wing that has kind of proved to be the buzzing point for the men in orange. The strikers, once again, desperate to latch on to the ball. It's another fine delivery, but the idea was to try and find Darren Job on the far right. Unfortunate though, Darren Job was miles away. And with this, we come to the end of the first half as Jarvish M blows the whistle. An electric first half is this speed, and you can expect further sparks and embers to fly when the team returns in the second half for more action. As things stand, from the solitary goal of Vincent Lalduama, it's Gandhinagar Giants who has the lead heading into the half-time. We'll now dive into a short breather, so do not forget to catch a glimpse of the highlights on your way out while we return with the second half. And we reckon there's a bit of show as well for you, so you'll never know. These are the highlights, so keep a close eye. Quite a few challenges out there. This is how it all started. Vincent was the first one to eventually fire those warning shots. Once again, it was Vincent, this time shuffling all the way from the left, and the flag went up against him. Then a few fouls as well, kind of defining another fine run before Vincent eventually speared that into the bottom left corner. Despite Avi Joshi's dive, it wasn't enough to try and stall this move for them. And with that solitary goal, as things stand, the Gandhinagar Giants have a very splendid lead. We'll now dive into a short breather. Keep your eyes on the frame, for there's a lot coming on you. We will be catching you up once again in the second half of the game.
GST Forma under 1779. Another team, Borga Football Academy. Borga Football Academy. तमाम खिलाड़ी और वर्गीकरण करने वाली करती और अपने व्यक्ति इकतीस समान रहने और नागरिक के आकर हमारे नगर थी चार रुपया 35,000 शेयर करते थे रुपया 35,000 शेयर करते थे और तक राशि दुर्गा फुटबॉल हमारे under 1779, Corona Football Club Championship Town under 1779 we have a thank you. Under 1779 Championship चालू under 1779 championship Charikal Vijayangal TVM FC championship Tiangad TVM FC और 4 दिवाली के बाद तो करते हैं और सारी करते हैं जोरदार तरीके से करने से चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी आ मानकर अपनी
for another exciting half of football. As things stand, it's still 1-0 for Gandhinagar Giants as Vincent Lalduama managed to find the back of the net in the nick of that first half whistle. Surat strikers, though, they have come close and they have fancied their chances, but they'll need a lot more than fancying their chances. They'll need execution, to be honest. Final 45 minutes of football before we head into tomorrow's dramatic blockbuster grand finale. The Kanavati Knights and the Vadodara Warriors will be a part of tomorrow's fixture. And at the moment, though, we'll get back to this important encounter that's at hand. A pretty eventful, a pretty fast-paced, a pretty lively battle of two teams squeezing out their blood, sweat and soul in order to have the last laugh. And straight away, the Gandhinagar Giants in action. Kipchen, the captain, all the way from the right. Kipchen sets up one of his teammates out more closer enough to that box there. Kipchen shuffling around between the central channel and the wings as well. That wasn't well executed there. It was Amarov Mullah. He could have done better. However, a slightly overpowered pass took the ball away from Kipchen. Back at the strikers again, the Surat strikers. They've had a tough first half. They've had their chances, they've had their isolated bursts of brilliance. They were pretty close on at least a couple of occasions. In fact, it should have been the strikers to get that opening goal. Only if Swikar Chaudhary could have found the back of the net. It was mighty close. Ingmawiya plays it on towards the far right. Darren Job to their captain, Aman Shah. Back to Aman again. Aman launches it into the box. Well received. Takes a shot on the turn. Could have been danger signs there. The goalkeeper, Stephen Fernandez, was certainly beaten on that occasion. That was a low percentage effort from the custodian. Should have done better. But I reckon someone from the Giants have gone down. We'll quickly confirm the medico has stepped into the field of play, but just a few moments ago, the Surat strikers almost on the brink of restoring parity. Could have just twisted and turned and powered that could have placed it actually. It was Harshvardhan Purohit, the man who was at the receiving end of some serious challenge there as he steps out of the field of play. Goal kick at the moment for the Giants. The Giants had a lucky escape there. Stephen Fernandez will have to be a bit more active. He was pretty late to react on that occasion. Had the ball been on target, Stephen would have certainly been beaten. The Giants now from the left. This left wing was pretty alive for them in that first half. That's a brilliant setup. It's kind of miscued on that occasion by inches only. By whiskers is what we call it. And strikers quick to regain possession. Parth on the ball. Parth sends it further forward. But again, not really well orchestrated. As the Giants reclaim possession for themselves. The Giants keep it under control as well. Now from the right. This can be a potential opening for the Giants again. Kipchen on the ball. Kipchen looking for support. Steers it into that central channel, lining up for a shot, is it? No. Back to Kipchen again. Kipchen takes his time. Sets up Danjil. Danjil with the cross. Back to Kipchen, and via Kipchen, it's back to Sohail. Sohail keeps the ball under control. The Giants doing well enough to keep the possession at their behest. Harshal sends it all the way back to Stephen now. Stephen taking his time. Sends it down. Intervened. The Giants intervened on that occasion. But then not for long, as the possession finds its way back to the men in blue, who has been kind of persistent in terms of possession. The Giants have... this is what has been the beauty of their play. The chemistry, the understanding, knitting together as a family. That is very, very important. Another long ball launched into the mix. This can be trouble there. It has found its way to one of the players of the Strikers. Can they eventually find out the opening? It was Eng Moia at the receiving end of it, but then despite all the good work there, slightly miscued pass has allowed the Gandhinagar Giants to reclaim possession for themselves. And the Gandhinagar Giants on the ball once again. Could have been a better pass. They had to release him. And now the Surat Strikers, they are on their way. Darren Jacob. Here comes the shot, but rather it was Darren Job actually, not Darren Jacob. Apologies for that. The ball still remains at the feet of Surat Strikers. Strikers hoping desperately to find those small pockets of spaces all the way to Darren. Onto the far right. Darren comes in with a cross, but that, to be honest, was pretty debilitated. Should have been better than that. Oh, this can be trouble. This can be trouble. It looks like trouble. One-on-one situation, despite constant resistance. And fortunate there, the Surat Strikers. Timely intervention from Harsh Parmar eventually bails them out. But that should have been another goal-scoring opportunity for the Giants. And now the Strikers back on the ball. Once again on the prowl. There comes the cross. Goal-scoring opportunity. And the header flashes wide. It's a throw-in for the Strikers. They are amplifying the pressure on the Giants. We're just 6 minutes in the second half. And we have already witnessed so much action and so much box-to-box action, to be precise. Both the teams are out for blood. Both the teams mean business. The Giants, at the moment, are under a bit of clamp here, as the Strikers kind of sharpening their knives, kind of sharpening their guns. They are looking forward with whatsoever leeway is available for them. Parth Badgo, he's had a very active game. He's time and time again challenged the opposition, created those long balls as well. He was the orchestrator, he was the engineer of that opportunity that fell at the feet of Swikar Chaudhary, but Swikar Chaudhary couldn't really make good use of that. Did take the shot, but the angle was difficult for him, and it eventually went on to miss the net by whiskers. You know, they say in football that eventually, no matter how good you play, how much possession you control, at the end of the day, what matters is who's going to score all those goals. And so far, though, the Gandhinagar Giants obviously has been the team with the solitary goal coming from the feet of Vincent. Throw was quickly taken. There is a man down at the moment for Surat Strikers. He's outside. Here they come in with the opportunity again. This can be a chance for the Giants. Apologies for the Strikers. The Strikers lining up for a long range, and that has been dragged wide. Goal kick at the moment for the Giants. The Giants are kind of living dangerously. But then again, the Strikers haven't exactly been in a paradise. Talking about the Giants once again knocking on the doors, forcing a save here from Avi Joshi. But the danger still lingers on as the possession stays alive. The Giants trying to open up that window for themselves. Now from the right, this can be another chance for them. Dunjal sends it towards that central channel, but and not to be though. Giants once again on the ball. Another long ranger, but repelled away by the strikers. Strikers as well, just trying to keep that solidity intact, trying to keep the integrity at an all-time high as they can keep it. It's a wonderful setup. Takes a quick turn, lining up for a possible shot, is it? Coming in all the way from the left. What a phenomenal strike would that have been? Segumang Dundal with an exceptional cutback and a picture-perfect curve on the ball. I thought that it didn't have a swerve to get into the back of the net. What a second half of action are we witnessing here? 10 minutes and we have seen pole shift, tectonic plates move across, and these two teams wreaking havoc in each other's half. None of them backing down. That's the intensity. That is what good football is all about. Matching each other. Pace yard for yard, pound for pound, ounce for ounce. And now it's time for the strikers to carve something of their own. The Giants with a lovely snatch. And now the Giants have a bit of leeway ahead of them. It's their captain again, Kip Chen. Kip Chen with a bit of space ahead of him. Kip Chen releases a lovely ball. One-on-one situation. The goalkeeper is out of his line there. Crucial defensive intervention saves the day once again for the Surat strikers. Avi Joshi was beaten. There was no chance for him. But what a phenomenal bit of defending. But that won't chase the Giants away. Whenever they sniff an opportunity, they come all guns blazing. And that's exactly what you would expect. Giants not taking a second here. They have kind of thrown the metal to the pedal. They are accelerating. They are shifting gears in terms of belligerence. And the strikers are kind of no match for it right now defensively. Talking about on an attacking perspective though, both the teams have been pretty much on the platform in the second half. The Giants are once again at the receiving end of some serious attacking salvo. The Surat strikers, they have an opportunity going their way. Ingmoia sets it up on the far right. There comes the cross! And repelled away by an alert defense of the strikers. Or rather of the Giants. The strikers aren't done yet though. Then a poor giveaway by Rutvik. Should have been better than that. The Giants have the possession back for themselves. Look at the gap there in the midfield. It feels like there's an astronomical void kind of created. And that is exactly what the Giants are using to their advantage. Another possible shot being lined up, but that was not on target. Unless that gap is not plugged in the midfield, eventually all this aggression won't really count because the Giants are having quite a lot of space ahead of them. Looks like a substitution lined up for the strikers. Nathan Gomez is going to come on and Rutvik Borsa will be coming off. Yes, Nathan has now been introduced into the mix. A pretty fast player. The coach, Balpreet Singh, just trying to use that speed of Nathan Gomez. Rutvik has had a pretty quiescent day today. Could have, he's a very talented player, to be honest, but then just because you're talented, just because you're incredibly talented at times, things do not really go your way and you have to make peace with that, where the coach comes up with his instincts, with his strategy. Sohail steers it further to central. That was a slightly risky pass, but then the risk did pay off. Dunjal once again. Dunjal was ousted of possession. And now once again the Giants trying to find out an opening. Another long ball forward, but denied an entrance into their half by the Surat strikers. And it looks like someone from the Gandhinagar Giants have gone down and will need some treatment. As things stand though, well, there was another substitution as well for the strikers. Parth has been taken off and Arun has been introduced into the mix. Arun Chaudhary. Now that's a like-for-like substitution. We are about to complete 1 hour of exciting football. I mean, in terms of points, both the teams have had a forgettable season, to be honest. But when it comes to creating a legacy, when it comes to going into the next season with more momentum, with more catalysts, I think both these teams have done a phenomenal job, and they are fighting out for every inch. Every iota of space has been battled for, and that is just glorious to watch. Half an hour of play still remaining in today's film. And after that, tomorrow is the grand finale. Kannavati Knights will be locking horns with the Vadodara Warriors in order to decide the fate of the crown of Gujarat in Gujarat Super League. That's another long ball. And a tricky exchange there. And now coming in all the way from the left. That's another lovely setup. Chance for the strikers. Danger's not over though. The ball still stays alive. The flag has stayed down. And eventually the Giants coming to their deliverance. What a critical moment in the game there. And the strikers leaving their counterparts absolutely astonished with the sudden surge. And Stephen Fernandez, the goalkeeper of the Gandhinagar Giants, must have copped a blow there onto his face. He's clutching onto that. We aren't exactly sure. And just a quick information, is also a correction from my end. The grand finale that we were talking about between the Knights and the Warriors, that's not slate tomorrow, that's day after tomorrow. It is on 12th May, so apologies for that. At the moment though, Stephen Fernandez, he will be receiving some treatment. We can see some important discussions going on between the coach Shakti Chauhan and one of his most trusted generals. Free kick here, awarded in favor of the Giants, is it? Oh, it looks like we'll be starting off with a draw. Even though the possession is going to be awarded to the Giants, nonetheless, at the end of it. Well, they had to rush. Where was he? I reckon that his head was out in the clouds. He wasn't paying attention. Maruf Mullah quickly storming on to the possession. Could have been a cheap giveaway, to be honest. That's another long ball forward, but not really well controlled. And I think that control has been back for the Suraters. Back with the Giants again. The Giants regain possession. They have some spin forward, and the solitary reason being the midfield gap isn't being plugged. And I think with that much space, if you are trying to chip a ball into the opposition half, it kind of doesn't really make sense. You can control the ball, you have the bandwidth for that. All you need to do is just take that extra step, take a breath maybe, and then try and find out, try to hit your team members. That's good work. That should be a foul. That should be a foul. In fact, it's a card offense as well. Question is, does the card comes out? Because what looked like in a potential of a drop kick there, he went all guns blazing. We aren't sure now. That was Segomang Danjal was at the receiving end of this clattering tackle from the incoming Arun Chaudhary. The referee has given a free kick, but has just warned Arun verbally on that occasion. Didn't really bring the card out. Again, I think it's important for the referees as well to make a few crucial decisions. The card cannot be the resolve always. You have to understand the gravity of the situation. Free kick. Sohail Khan Pathan with a long ranger. Oh my word, that could have been again another catastrophe. Almost a howler there from Avi Joshi. And the Gandhinagar Giants would have doubled that cushion. They have a corner though. But Avi Joshi, you've got to collect them. He was totally confused and shaken there. And Vincent with another corner. Vincent curls that in. Not really the best of corners that you would see. Despite a powerful header there, it wasn't on target. And the ball usually goes far away from the post. You don't really expect the ball to be around. Back with the strikers again. Good exchange between the sides. The Giants, however, reclaiming possession for themselves. Sets it up from the right. Segomang Danjal, what a brilliant presence and persona he has been on the left ever since coming on. He came on to the ball. He was a part of the starting 11, in fact, so goes without a saying. Ever since coming on, that means from the very onset of this game, he's been an absolute epiphany in the echelons of the Giants there. Here's a corner kick, quickly taken by the Giants. Another long ranger comes floating in. Rattling the woodwork again. Another chance goes begging. And the Giants so close yet so far. It was Sohail Khan Pathan with the delivery. And a sensational header. Fortunately, the woodwork coming between Glory. Well, looks like another cheap release there. Another opportunity. Sohail Khan Pathan with the cross. And the ball flashing in front of an open goal. Goes wide. How many more openings would the Gandhinagar Giants need to double that cushion? To get that insurance goal? That was a picture-perfect assist. A razor-sharp chance handed on a silver platter. And the Giants has let it slide. The strikers will have to batten up their hatches. Their defense is in shambles right now. And they haven't got an answer to this aggression of the Gandhinagar Giants. The Giants are calling the shots. They're ruling the roost with an iron fist. What a terrific display this has been. A display of control. A commanding those small pockets of spaces and chances. The only thing that they haven't done so far is get the ball into the back of the net, except for that first one. Another chance comes in. A potential minus attempted from the right there. Good work, to be honest, from Segomang Danjal. What Kip Chen was doing initially. Sohail Khan Pathan, he has also activated himself. Look at this cross. I reckon it was slightly quicker enough. But I think with the player there who was out in the center, he's got to match his pace. He has to match the pace of the winger. He just cannot lollygag around. He was dawdling out in the center, and by the time it dawned on him that there was a chance for him, an almost entire, an open goal gaping at his behest, that is when he made the rush, and that was too late already. Kind of pretty sad, to be honest, but nonetheless, if from here on the Surat strikers go on to draw the game, I think if anyone is to be held culpable for this mess up, for this fumble from the Giants, it has to be themselves. So many chances, and yet only one of them have been taken. Strikers, though, they remain alive, and they are trying to fight the opposition with every possible resource in their arsenal. Giants, despite the better side of the two, again, at the end of the day, it's goals that matter. If you're not scoring, no matter how good you are, no matter how magical you are, no matter how many shots you've had on target, eventually it's going to be the goal that would decide the victor. The Giants, if they go on to win this game, they will leapfrog the Surat Strikers in the points table, slot themselves ahead of their counterparts. They may even go on, and that's another long ranger from the Surat Strikers, but that was certainly not on the radar. And yes, they may be going on level peggings with the Ahmedabad Avengers. The only problem with the Gandhinagar Giants is that they have scored only a solitary goal, and that is the problem. They haven't really scored much. If they would have had enough goals in their repertoire, they could have even gone past the likes of Ahmedabad Avengers. That's another fine setup, though. Good defending, to be honest, from the Surat Strikers. Kept their guards up high. And now the Strikers will have something to look forward to. Coming in all the way from the right. They have space ahead of them. And a bit of clip there on the right wing. But the referee says that's okay. We'll have to wait and watch. It looks like it's going to be a corner. Whether it's a corner or a free kick, that is the question mark. Well, it's good to see that he's back on his feet. Smith Chaudhary was the man who was at the receiving end of the tackle. Another corner here. Darren Job with the responsibility. Darren floats it into the mix, kind of going away from the goal mouth. A possible shot being lined up, but straight into the defender there, and simple take for Sylvester, or rather for Stephen Fernandez. Another long ball there, could have done better than that. The Giants Strikers quickly regaining possession for themselves. There's an opportunity. All the way back to the Giants again. And now the Giants steer it further forward. Here comes the Giants. Does so well enough. Apologies, that was the Strikers, to be honest. And this time bobbles out of control there. The Giants doing well to keep the ball away from their counterparts. That's a fine release again, and didn't really read that. Only if he could have just waited for the ball to be released and then chased that, a possible chance could have been brewing on the horizon. And another player of the Giants have gone down. Now you also have to understand, with every passing minute, it is Sohail Khan Pathan who's gone down. Actually, he's been a terrific presence in the half. And this man out there, Stanley Peter, he's done well, to be honest, in the defensive unit. Because truth be told, the defenders had to play a very crucial role so far. We can see the fans enjoying the game. Why not? Because at the end of the day, what matters is that football eventually receives all the glory. change happening. Looks like Karam Raj is going to step onto the field. Ball trickles out of play. Karam Raj replacing Harshvardhan. This is going to be another important change, to be honest. Harshvardhan Purohit has had a busy game and has time and time again kind of created those chances, but now they need some defensive solidity. And that is why Karamraj Singh Goel was introduced into the mix. The tussle goes on and the referee says play on because that was very much by the books. And now the strikers once again revamping themselves, reforming themselves and trying to find purpose, trying to find that equalizer desperately. They have players in their ranks, they have the firepower that is needed, and they have men who can convert these chances as well. All they need to do is just keep the pressure on. That's a fine release onto the left there. An excellent run from Arun Chaudhary. Arun steers it into that central channel. Header comes in. That was a robust header, and it came like a bolt from the blues, startling the goalkeeper. It could have. It was so sudden. It was so quick there. Another change as well for the Giants. And it's going to be Vijender Gehlot making his way into the centre as Sohail Khan Pathan will be taken off. Now this decision, this can be a tricky one. Now Sohail Khan Pathan has been an absolute gem, a sensation in the second half onto that right wing for the Gandhinagar Giants. And if he is taken off, which means they will be now wilting themselves back, curling themselves back in the defensive integument. How wise is that? Giants at the moment, they are under threat there. A potential shot being lined up, but not the best of shots, to be honest there. Moia trying to test his range, but eventually it was a very emasculated, a very watery effort. All the way to the left now. Does well. There's Stanley Peter. Stanley Peter sends it further on the right. That's the official confirmation. Vijender comes in. Sohail goes out. Darren on the ball. Darren wanted to knock it further forward. Now onto the far right. And here comes another lovely cross. Eludes everyone, and that is going to be a corner. Kind of a lack of communication, if we would say, because both the sides, they were off their charts there. Even the Giants weren't mentally prepared for that sudden chance that came bursting forth. Another opportunity. The corners floated into the mix. Another side volley attempted, but headed away to safety. Not entirely though. Ball's fallen back with the strikers again. And the Surat strikers, they'll have to hustle their way out. They eventually get at the receiving end of the ball. They are ramping up the pressure. They are drumming up all possible attacking resources in their arsenal. Another cross comes floating in. And now the danger signs are getting clearer and clearer. Even though while attacking, they have forgotten one particular thing, is that their defense was unprotected. That's a lovely setup. Opportunity takes a second more and skies the effort. Would you believe that? Another chance, another gilt-edged, golden serve, golden platter, and has been wasted. The profligacy being so glaring that it's kind of very, very tragic for the Gandhinagar Giants. That was almost an assured chance there. What an incredible setup. And fortunately, there was a misstep that happened. That misstep made the chance even easier. and they couldn't take a step into action as well. Nonetheless, there's still a lot of game time remaining, 12 minutes of regulation time. And apart from that, whatever gets added on. So both the teams still have kind of firepower that would see this turn into this, that would see this descend into absolute madness, utter frenzy. The Gandhinagar Giants, can they eventually find the second goal? They've created so many chances, they've come so close, and yet they have been denied face first. Of course, at times by a watchful Surat strikers' defense, and at times by their own glaring, woeful profligacy. Throw in for the strikers. The men in orange, they've really played, they really squeezed their hearts out in the second half. They have not really given up and they continue to deliver. That's a lovely setup. This can be a potential opportunity, another opening for the Gandhinagar Giants. That's quizzical, to be honest. He had all the time in the world. All he needed to do was just look around who was around him and then create the chance. Oh, that's a phenomenal bit of work. That's brilliant. Cuts back in sharply. The shot wasn't exactly as he would have planned there. Maruf Mullah cut in very sharply. That looked like a razor sharp move, but then the kind of angle, the kind of trajectory that he would have wanted ahead of himself, he never really reached that. Good defending, to be honest. That is again a cheap concession, and a concession at a very dangerous spot. Bit of step overs and a lovely bit of drop shoulders. What a strike there! Segomang Danjal has eventually made the Belgrade count, and he's rifled that one into the back of the net. No chance for the opposition goalkeeper Avi Joshi. The insurance goal has arrived. They kept on knocking on the doors over and over again, and eventually it is from a ferocious strike, like a lightning bolt unleashed by Zeus. It has scorched the Surat strikers, whatever remained in its way. That's an emphatic finish from Segomang Danjal, using all the experience in his arsenal to finish that. One-sided goal, one strike, one clean hit, executed to the T, as the Gandhinagar Giants now has the 2-0 cushion that they were looking forward to. Eight minutes to go here, and that is all that lies between these two teams. What a terrific half of game this has been. Both the sides really pushing harder than ever for every inch of space. And all those years and all those hours of hard work, all those hours of diligence has eventually paid off. Can the strikers get themselves a goal here? Can they keep the game alive? There comes a cross, but that has been denied at the expense of a corner. Somehow, I have a gut instinct. Somehow, reading the runes of this game, I feel that it's still not over. Only if the strikers are able to get that opening goal here. You never know what awaits us. The goalkeeper steps out of his line. Completely misjudged that one. But then, and that's another quick header there. but good goalkeeping. Again, it was some efficient positioning of the goalkeeper, Stephen Fernandez, that facilitated the save for him. It's another lovely setup again. And now storming in from the left. Another long ranger comes floating in. That's into the back of the net. A brilliant finish that would rekindle memories of the Indian Super League final. Just the way Mohun Bagan Super Giants scored that opening goal. A long ranger coming in. Avi Joshi couldn't really keep that away. Almost retracted that into the stride of the goal scorer. And all he had to do, look at that. A sensational strike. A calm hand, and Maruf Mullah has poked it into the back of the net as the Gandhinagar Giants, finally making good of all the opportunities that came their way, has gone up 3-0 in this fixture. Brilliant finish, brilliant execution. But in that goal, I reckon that shot had it all, and I think with that goal, Maruf Mullah has also put the game to bed once and for all. What terrific display in the second half. They came so close. They kept on knocking on the doors. They were being denied by inches and whiskers. Eventually, at the end of the day, they have managed to score 2 quick goals in quick succession. That has kind of buried the game 6 feet under. And now, with 5 minutes of regulation time remaining, with whatsoever gets added on, possibly 4 to 5 minutes more, expect both these teams to deliver with their own possible objectives. The Gandhinagar Giants obviously will like to keep the belly grins intact, keep that attacking salvo intact, try and find a 4th goal, maybe try and carve open a statement on that occasion, have the last laugh, close their diaries for Gujarat Super League 2024 with a victory. There's a chance, however. It's a captain, Aman Shah, but he has been dispossessed. Back with the Giants again. And that's some excellent work there from Maruf Mullah. Keeps the possession at his feet. Now to Kipchen. Kipchen plays it towards the far left. It looks like they are slightly exhausted. Will Kipchen go for a shot there? He has got the range though. That's a fine setup onto the left, and he has got acres of space ahead of him. He decides to go back, slot back, take his time there, create a much more convincing opportunity. Well, in fact, he's just given that away, which means Gandhinagar Giants can break free. Again, stellar defending on that occasion. Excellent comeback there, excellent fallback from the Gandhinagar Giants, just positioning themselves back where it mattered the most. Another long ranger, and this time it's inside the box. There, and he's got the ball. Here comes another shot on the turn there, but that was certainly not on target. Could have been better than that. Looks like the referee's not blown the whistle, which means the ball stays alive for the Giants. 87 minutes on the clock. 87 and a half actually. So 2 minutes of regulation time, plus possibly 4 minutes of additional time. Not too many stoppages, except for those couple of injuries and the goal celebrations. Good tussle there. And eventually the last laugh will go to Segomang Danjal. He scored that second goal, an emphatic strike into the side netting. Almost slapped it in the face of an entrenched, mesmerized Avi Joshi. Not much that he could have done. He was rooted there. Once again, a bit of space ahead for the Gandhinagar Giants. Another long setup onto the far right. Maruf Mullah. He's covered the grounds, kept the ball at his feet. He has time ahead of him. He has space. Just that one defender to beat. He can go forward with a bit of dribbles there, maybe drop a shoulder occasionally. Segomang Danjal again. Lovely ball back to Segomang Danjil. Here comes the cross. Crucial defensive intervention and eventually collection from Stephen Fernandez. Apologies from Avi Joshi. Avi Joshi's actually had a good game. If you take those 3 goals off, not much that he could have done in case of those 3 goals. Well, in the third goal only, if he would have just palmed it away for a corner, that would have been a much more viable solution rather than just palming it away. It fell in the stride of Maruf Mullah. That is why you've got, as a goalkeeper, being a goalkeeper is not easy. No matter how many saves, how many critical saves you make, at the end of the day, it's the one that you missed that would be going down in history. And that's a foul for sure. And, well, not really. The referee says it's by the books. The strikers still have some gas remaining in their arsenal, in their tank. And they make good use of it, though. That's a question mark there. Nice setup. A lovely twist and turn there. Onto the far left at the moment. And the cross comes floating in. Arun with the cross. But it eludes everyone. And eventually the Giants haven't really made much of it. There comes another long range. The idea was to carve a cross, to be honest. But then the cross wasn't particularly well orchestrated. 6 minutes of additional time here. Which means 360 seconds is what they'll have ahead of them. Strikers back on the ball again. Strikers this time they have a bit of space ahead of them. Can be the one that they are looking forward to. There comes another long range. They had to keep it on target though. Had to bring the shot down if possible. They were pretty close, to be honest. But again, not as close as something that would have planted the seeds of doubt in the minds of Stephen Fernandez. Stephen Fernandez had a busy day in office as well. And that should be a foul. I reckon that was kind of unnecessary there, almost hugging the player. It was Harshal Parekh. Apologies, it was Vijender Gehlot who was hugging Smith Chaudhary. Brought him down just at the edge of the box, maybe a couple of yards away. And a chance here. Eng Movia, he's been one of the most hardworking players throughout the league. There's a chance for Eng Movia to try and fire home what can be a resonating free kick. He's a left-footed though, which kind of gives away the vibe that he's going to put that outswinger. That means he's going to set it up. Sets it up at the far post. And the ball is being kept in play. And now the Giants have a bit of space ahead of them. It's 1v3 for now, but if help arrives, it can very well be 3v3. Help has arrived, but second extra. However, a push from the back, eventually handing over possession for themselves. Once again, before we head into this free kick, quick reiteration of the wonderful beings who have made this possible, this league a grand success, the owners of the team. So free kick though, we'll get back to that at the moment. An opportunity for the Gandhinagar Giants to make it 4-0. Chips it into the box, using that as a springboard there to create an opportunity that will go out of play. Throw in to the Giants. The Giants will take their time. They are in no rush, and why would they be? 3-0 is already a margin significant enough. And these remaining minutes are simply an agony, simply an extended version of the agony. Oh, that's a good work there to sneak the ball out, but eventually didn't have much support on that occasion. And yes, talking about the owners of the sides who invested in the tournament, invested in the respective teams, brought these units together. The owners of Ahmedabad Avengers, Shalin Patel and Sahil Patel, the owners of Gandhinagar Giants, Prashant Sangvi, Kannavati Knights, the team that will be playing the finals are being led by Yash Shah and Advaita Patel. Vadodara Warriors, another finalist. Well, we'll wait for that. This can be a shooting chance. A shot is taken, takes a deflection. Oh, my word, what was that? What was that? What was he thinking? That would have been invoking one of the most infamous memories. Unai Simon, the goalkeeper of Spain, kind of conceded a goal like that in the Euro Cup, in the last edition of the Euro Cup, and definitely he would not have wanted to concede a goal like that. He's got to be more careful than that. He has a chance, that's a long range, but drags it miles away. Took a deflection along the way though. And yes, quickly capping off on the owners there. Once again, a closer look on this free kick. Yes, took a sharp deflection. And yes, Vadodara Warriors, another finalist, is being owned by Kamlesh Gohil. Surat Strikers owned by Alkesh Patel, and Saurashtra Spartans owned by Kushal Patel. Another corner floated into the mix, taken care of by the Gandhinagar Giants. And the Surat Strikers still looking for home. That's kind of an elusive opportunity left to keep the ball in. He does well, and he nutmegs one through the gates of his marker. That was a momentary burst of joy, to be honest. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't a depth as well. And now the Gandhinagar Giants may be on their way forward. That's another lovely long ball who latches onto it quicker enough. Eventually, it's the Surat Strikers who's managed to latch onto it. Good work by them, to be honest. Very, very good work. And now they'll take their time. Throw taken in. Didn't really take as many seconds as one was expecting. We would usually see out in the top flight leagues. Players taking a bit more time just to go ahead and elapse those crucial seconds. 30 seconds in this contest remaining. One last roll of the dice, maybe, for the Gandhinagar Giants or for the Surat Strikers. It is the Strikers who have the possession at their feet. 18 seconds. Can they get a consolation goal here? They'll have to fight though. They won't get it easy. Smith Chaudhary leads it slightly back. 7 seconds. Time's running out. The clock's ticking. And now storming further forward. A bit of space created with Gandhinagar Giants. Once again aware of the situation. Showing that time and time again that how good they have been in the defensive third. It's an absolute treat for the football fans. And those smiles will tell you so much. Shakti Chauhan, he's had a tough tournament. But tonight was his. Tonight was his team's. And that is game, set, match for the Gandhinagar Giants as they bow out on a blaze of glory, beating the Surat Strikers 3-0. 3 sensational strikes there, coming from the feet of Vincent Laljoama, Seguman Ganjal, and Maruf Mullah. Heartbreak for sure for the Surat Strikers. They did try hard. They did fought till the second goal was scored, fought over and over and over again. They kept on coming closer, kept on unloading the shots. But eventually at the end of the day, it wasn't enough. That's the final scoreline of the day. Gandhinagar Giants trumping Surat Strikers by 3-0. Vincent, Seguman Ganjal and Maruf Mullah eventually found the back of the net in order to propel Gandhinagar Giants to a 3-0 victory and of course help them leapfrog their counterparts. Glimpse at the highlights. What chances falling at the feet of both the sides. This was the opening that strikers hoped that they would have taken, and eventually, after all these chances, it was a fine finish from Vincent Lalgamia to get their teams ahead in this crucial neck-to-neck encounter. Time and time again, both the sides. This was another brilliant opportunity, and then both the teams kind of switched off on that occasion and get this chance. What a setup. All they needed to do was just place that. Somehow. Then look at this. Segoman Danjo dribbling their way left, right, and center before taking it to the far right. And boom, smoking it into the side netting gloriously. That was all about pace. That was all about power. That shot, that had the power of a rocket altogether. Felt like Segoman Danjo had the Ruka post. He could bend that long range coming in. And not the best of goalkeeping. Examples there for Ami Joshi, Gaurav Mullah keeping a keen eye on proceedings. That's found without thinking this way. As easy as it gets. Brilliant finish. And as things stand, at the end of the day, it's 3-0. Time for the post-match presentation, everyone.
Taken by your football association under the leadership of Mr. Mulraj and his committee members. I feel they have done a fantastic job, and not only looking at the state league that was been complete is been completed, but also that the underage group matches that were played, and the boys were inspired, and they are not only going to be the future of Gujarat football, but for the country football too. The standard of refereeing is definitely have improved. Gujarat now have got 8 more national referees in their pockets, and definitely I cannot say everything is perfect, but definitely they have done a wonderful job. There were no issues in this entire tournament so far. That means they have really done a good job, but there is enough room for more improvement, and I'm sure if that initiative is taken by the state association, like how they want to develop football, similarly they have to take interest in developing the state refereeing also.
Coming from the head of referees, what will be your message to these players and coaches?
In fact, football and refereeing are at the same level. In fact, if there is no good football, there will be no good refereeing. So the standard of refereeing also will help in developing football. Uh, as of now, the coaches and players and team officials have to educate themselves with the laws of the game, get used to or know the laws of the game very well, so that they do not have any questions to ask the referee during the matches. And if they have some courses for them before the entire tournament can start, that would help them to understand the referee better.
Thank you for your wise words, sir. We'll wait for the man of the match.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
जैसे हमने आपकी जगह से हूँ, कैसा था आज का परफॉर्मेंस आपके लिए?
From the beginning, it was difficult for us. We play good, but we are unfortunately we can't score the goal. But lastly today, we are able to score a goal, and we are happy for performance.
This has been a difficult league overall for you,
Yeah.
but did you enjoy your time with Gandhinagar Giants?
Yeah. We enjoy a lot. Our teammates, coaches, and the honor to his very good for us too. And we have a good coach, good management, and good friends, and we enjoy.
Lastly, you had a lot of loyal fans coming to the stadium and watching the games. Do you have any message for them?
Yeah. We are very thankful for their support, but unfortunately we cannot do much about this year. So next time we will be doing our best. Okay, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the player of the match for today, Segumang Danjul, scored scored that all important second goal and then created countless chances as well. He gets a cash prize of 5,000 rupees only. And that should be it from today's fixture. We'll say goodbye for one final time from the group stages and we'll return with the grand finale on 12th of May. Till then, take care, stay safe, and be happy. Good night once again.